Yes, hello there. Today we are doing an SEO audit of this med spa located in Brooklyn, New York. It's called the Green Spa. I've checked out, their website, their Google My Business page, how their site appears in, the search engine and all that, and so far they're actually doing a very good job. It's just a few things that they need to touch on in order to take it to the next level. The very first thing I noticed when I loaded this website is it's a local service business. It serves within a specific geographic location, and yet there is no phone number visible anywhere. Immediately the website loads, there should be a phone number somewhere here. It's good the location is there, but I would move the location here and replace. I'd replace these social media links with a clickable phone number, and then I would put the phone number at the center and then move the location to the left. It's good the book now button is already there, so it's just that this much as it's important. I would maybe move those to the side along with this icon, or just keep them at the bottom, the way they are here. So yeah, that's the very first thing I'll change. The user interface could, it needs to be updated. The spacing, the colors, some things, the contrast isn't very good. For example, this is dark here, this is light. The font is a bit inconsistent because I can see this is a bold serif font, this is a light serif font, but this font here doesn't look like anything else on the website. Here you have a sans serif, here you have another sans serif that is, I think, the same size as this one. But then these letters are spaced and bold, and they don't really match anything here, but they kind of look like this one. So there is just a bit of inconsistency. These are also there, but these ones are now light, they're not bold. This text here is very, very dim. It's very, very light. Even if the background is light, it's still, it can be a little bit hard to see. This starts with the lowercase. There's just this spacing that I keep saying that appears throughout the website. Also, the page is very, very wide. For most modern websites, you try to keep all the content within this corridor here that you can see, as wide as the menu, or just here like this. It should fit within that. It looks a lot more visually appealing. Even for this, you can see it's a very nice picture. I believe these are the three ladies that founded the spa, but then it lacks contrast because this is white, but then some of the background is also light, so we could add like a dark background to this, such that the text can stand out. It's just that the user interface needs a whole entire revamp. Even this section here, for example, of these companies, it needs to be shrunk down, and it look better that way. But let's carry on. In terms of SEO, they did a very good job for the start, because I use this extension here called detailed, and the title is very good. It says best spa in Brooklyn. That's solid. Even the description has that same keyword in it. That's very good. But it's a little bit too long, so it gets cut off here. You need to try to keep it under about 160 characters. So I'll get rid of this and just let this stand out, such that that cutoff point isn't there, because people are not going to read this entire thing anyway, because when I think you can see it also happens here, it just gets cut off. So I'll keep this shorter. When it comes to headings, here, this is where we start to have a bit of problems, because if you come down here, you can see there are 7 H1 tags on the home page, and that is a big no-no in terms of SEO. The only H1 tag we should have is actually this. That's all. The rest should be H2s and H3s and so on and so forth. But the problem here is that you have fall into wellness is an H1, enhance is an H1, and you go all the way down. All these should not even be headings, because these are just times. And then you come here, we invite you to is an H1, the wellness blog is an H1, this is another H1, winning spy is another H1. So the purpose of the H1 tag is it tells the search engine, and it tells the search engine what the page is about, what is the overall title of the page, what is it about. I want to keep them consistent. Okay, the title, the description, and the H1 should all have one central the topic that they are targeting towards. So I would definitely revamp all that and change change all these to fall under like H2s and H3s. And also here, notice that on your homepage there is this sort of like a banner for medical insurance. While that's good, I don't think that should be it takes up the space that would have been used to tell a first-time visitor to our website what it is that we do. Okay, so I'd probably push this somewhere down here, or I'll have it as a pop-up every time someone loads the website for the first time. It pops up that we offer medical insurance, and I'll leave this part for a big heading here that, hey, this is who we are, this is where we are located. We are the Green Spa, located in Brooklyn, New York, and we offer these services. Something as simple as that. I think simplicity is key in this matter. That's why that's why I mentioned it here in my notes that I'm curious why this is such a central, why medical massage and insurance is such a central topic above all the other services. So I think we could push down and keep the main focus of the homepage on that this is a spa, this is what we do, and this is where we're located. I like that you have reviews down here. I'm sure this is this is one of those plugins, but this could be better presented. You have very good reviews, your clients really love you, but I can show you an example of a beta review plugin that is also free, that pulls plugins automatically from Google, and the presentation is just better. I just like the look of this. You can see they're very well laid out. You can load more, and if you pay for the premium, you can even have them pretty much load infinitely. So in terms of the presentation and the user interface, I would it's called Trust Index. You can check that out. The award section, I already mentioned that. And then your website uses in order to optimize the page speed for the website to load faster. I already checked it out here, and it's actually very good. On desktop it's 93. On mobile it kind of struggles, it's only a 71, but you can make that much faster. And one of the very first things you can do is instead of using JPEGs or PNGs as an image format, you should switch to webp. You first get the image, you upload it to you compress it. You compress the file size without losing the image quality, and then you convert it to a webp. WebP is it's a next gen image format, and it loads a lot faster. So that will help with increasing the top speed even on mobile, such that the whole website can load in the target is 2.5 seconds at least. So we need to have this time, and that's the primary way you can do it. The other things you can do, like using a CDN, using the IVP Rocket, I think you already have it on the website. I'm guessing it's already there. Let me see. Okay, yeah, you already have a premium WP Rocket. I think that's what you're using. But yeah, we can shrink these images for the page to load faster. We can use other plugins that minify JavaScript and CSS. They compress them such that the load speed is lightning fast, which is what I mentioned here. I don't see an FAQ section anywhere on the website. I don't know if I'm just missing it, but especially on the home page, somewhere here, it's good to have an FAQ section just for the overall business, where we're located, what we do, frequently asked questions, just like you did. What did I see them? Just like you did. Just like we did here. Some of these questions that most people have about spas. What do you offer? About the services, about the prices, about just frequently asked questions. It's good to have them on the homepage as well. Or if it's too crowded, you can even create a separate FAQ page for the overall business. Then we go into services. The very first thing I see here is I would change the structure of how the service pages are set up, because when I come here, there is no dedicated service page. This is just a link that drops down into these individual service pages. But we need to have a service page that serves as a parent page to all the other service pages. And what I mean by that is, instead of having, if you look in the bottom left, it's the domain name / massage / facials / body care. Instead of doing that, we could instead have the domain name / services / this / this / that, and so on and so forth. And what does that? It creates a very proper structure, and it communicates to the search engine that all these fall under services. So all these are services, and so when someone searches for example, I think you can see the problem you run into here is that it only loads the massage therapy, because massage is it's kind of the central thing here, and it also comes first. So instead of just having this, we want to have blah 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 and then our services, instead of just having it redirect to price list and to massage therapy. And also having a dedicated service page gives us an opportunity to have a brief description of every service and then link to those individual pages, and it makes sense for someone visiting the page that, oh, let me go to the service page, let me see all the services they have, and then he has a brief description for each, here's how much it costs, and then if I want to learn more about that individual service, I can go to that page, like massage therapy here, and then learn more about the service. And we can even take it further here. Instead of just having this that says deep tissue massage, yes, we can have the domain name / services / massage therapy, and then under that we can even take it further to show that under massage therapy, let's create another page that goes deep, no pun intended, about this massage that goes deep, talking about the wellness massage, such that we can optimize these pages to rank for these individual services. So here we shall have deep tissue massage, Brooklyn, New York, wellness massage, Brooklyn, New York. We shall redirect to those pages that hyper target those particular more long tail keywords, other than just having them listed here. I think if we leave it at this, we are missing out on a lot of potential ranking juice. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, and this is exactly what I was talking about. It's just the domain name, the services page, which is a dedicated individual page that talks about the services we offer. The primary page, for example, massages, that also talks about massages strictly, and then has links to other pages that fall under massages, like this one, and so on and so forth. That nice flow there, it's very good for for giving out what they call link juice. So if I link to the home page, it flows through the entire website because it makes sense that way. So the other thing that I think is the biggest factor when it comes to ranking to very good SEO is the blog page, and there's quite a lot of work to do here. Picture title then tag. Yes, first of all, I would change the arrangement of this. The picture comes first, as you have it here, very good. And then I'll have the title, and then the tag come under the title. And I'll explain to you why in a second. Also, these need to be clickable. The title and the picture have to be clickable. That's why I want them to be together, and the tag can be under them. And this tag also needs to be clickable. That can take me to a dynamic page that is created where all blog posts that have self-care as their tag, they are listed there. So if I want to only look at blog posts that about self-care or about spirituality or about medical massage, I can just click on medical massage, and I'm going to be taken to all blog pages that talk about medical massage. Let me show you an example here. Okay, there you go. I think you can see how it is here. You get, so if I want to, the picture has to be clickable. The picture redirects to the blog post. But then, if I only want to talk about, if I only want to see posts, with lymphatic drainage, I think you can see they are all well laid out here. For example, so if this is clickable and this is clickable, we wouldn't need the read more button. And I don't like using buttons that say read more, learn more, because in terms of SEO, it's good to tell the search engine bots what the link actually redirects to, instead of just having generic learn more and read more. Because as you can see, there are so many here, and all of them say read more, read more, read more, and that's not very clear to the search engine bot what that button says. But if it's the link itself here says fall into embrace self-care, and the picture also says that, and when I click on it, it takes me to a page that says this, instead of just clicking on the button. That is very, very good for ranking higher. Then down here, I don't know that this is an error with the plugin, with the theme you're using, but when I scroll down here, this is why we actually need to get rid of this button altogether, because right here it kind of overlaps, and then this is overlapping over this, and then here it completely disappears. So if I want to read this blog post, I absolutely have no way of clicking on it. I don't know how to get to it. I think you can see here, and then down here they kind of reappear and then disappear. So I don't know if this is a problem with the theme, but we definitely need to fix that. And in order to avoid this page from being overloaded, what you can use is what we call pagination. What that means is this, for example, instead of having all blog posts you've ever written load on one page, you can put a limit to it, like let's have maybe 20 or 30 here, and then there's a number here that you can click to go to the next page and go to the next page. Or we can have a load button somewhere here, whereby if I scroll this far, I can click and it will load more, and I'll click and it will load more. That can reduce the burden on the browser, making it easy for someone to scroll without having to run into these these issues. Like you can see here, this title is completely hidden. And then the other thing I would do, I'd make sure about these banner pictures here, I'd make sure they are a consistent size, because you see how this first row looks very good. That's what you're aiming for. You want it to be consistent throughout, but this is longer, this is shorter, this is high. You start running into problems like that. Then I'd also I'd add our logo, this one, to every single one of these pictures on our website. Just a small logo in the corner like that, like that. That helps build brand recognition. If someone comes to Google Images here and searches for anything, all our pictures will have our logo in the corner. All our pictures from our blog, and that's very good. We shall be able to stand out. Also, people can't really steal our pictures because people may find a very nice picture here and steal it and try to use it on their blog. So that will make sure they're never taken away from us. A lot more, adding a blog, I've already mentioned it. Consistent size of banner images. Okay, let's look at some of the blog posts you've written just this year alone. When I visit your sitemap here, I just go to the domain name /sitemap.xml. You have 27 blog posts this year. They're the ones you've published, and I think that number needs to be higher because there is so much potential content you could write. Because think of every question someone could have about fascias. What could they possibly ask themselves about fascias? What are the risks? Why should I get one? How much does it cost? Are there any side effects? Blah blah blah. Common myths and misconceptions. All that is potential blog content. And the lifeline of a blog is very, very simple. You want to answer every possible question people would have about each individual service. That's pretty much it. So you think about this and this and this and this and this and this and this, and you need to be putting out at least 3 blog posts a week. To make sure you cover all these topics. And I know there's a lot of content already out there, but a lot of it is outdated. Other people wrote it, but it has been there for a while, or it's missing a few things. We shall a little bit later take a look at the individual blog posts themselves and see what changes we can make. But in terms of your blog posts this year, of all the 27 blog posts you've posted this year, you've really only covered these 4: massage therapy, coaching and mentoring, acupuncture, and facials. You've covered other things, but in terms of the services, these ones, these are the only things you've covered. So there are only 4 blog posts that talk about massage therapy, 2 about coaching and mentoring, acupuncture, and facials. These ones have been kind of left out, and these are still very, very important. These are services you offer. These are things people are Googling every day and looking for, but then we've kind of put them on the back burner. So, we need to, go in. We need to create a blog post every day that targets, every possible question people could have about these things. And there's a lot of things to cover there. And, that's what I summarize here. I tend to focus on massage and acupuncture. There's a significant gap in coverage for all the other services. So we need to talk about that. So let's look at let's analyze one blog page here. The very first thing I see here is we need to change the template you use for your blog post. This user interface is not very good. The layout isn't very good because the person in the background is in a white shirt and this is white text. So there is no contrast there. There is no contrast on white, on top of white. These ones are very small. I can barely see them. And let me give you some examples of free templates that you can use before we even discuss the blog post itself. If you look at this one, for example, you can see how very, very nice it looks. It's very minimal. It's very clean. This is very clean. This is very clean too. Let me show you one here in practice. For example, this one, it shows the flow of where we are in the blog, so you can be like the home blog and then the blog you're talking about. Maybe you can have the tag for that blog post, like massages or whatever that is clickable, that redirects to the other page that I told you about. We have the title here. We have a banner picture here with our logo in the corner. We have the author. We have the date. We have the share buttons here. Very, 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 very important. We have a table of contents. This is something people often ignore, but I absolutely love a blog post with a table of contents. It helps me skim through it. It helps me navigate, and maybe if I don't want to read the whole thing and I just want to look at this, I can just click on it and boom, I'm there. So in terms of just the layout of the blog post, I'd look at something like this or something like this. Anything clean. And then obviously at the bottom, absolutely no comment section. People will just use it to spam you with links to their pages. So we need to get rid of this. But then you can see at the bottom, we need to have a section that talks about related posts, that are related to this, to medical massage. There can just be a link down there. Oh, actually, I noticed you actually do have category pages. Oh, okay. Very good, very good. Step in the right direction. Yes, so obviously we need to keep this content within this corridor here. This is way too wide. The way I structure, I don't know what keyword you're trying to target here. Let me see. Medical massage or back pain. The description is also very short. We need to write it out. We have up to 160 characters to break it down. Maybe you are targeting medical, maybe massage therapy for back and hip pain, something like that. Okay, maybe that's what you are targeting. But what I'll do, first of all, the word count here is a bit low. It's only 973. We have to aim for 1,000, 1,200, 1,500. I know the difference doesn't seem that big, but Google really considers these things. They really help rank higher. The title, the picture, the banner image, a table of content is absolutely crucial. We need to have an opening paragraph. We need to have key takeaways, and then we can get into the blog post itself. To break it down, we need to have pictures within the blog post that are not the banner image, because I see here it's repeated. We just need to have pictures there that are related to our subjects. And then this picture here also has no alt attribute. In the world of SEO, an alt attribute is just something you do in the back end to tell the search engine what the picture is about, because it cannot see it. So here you'd have something like, it's good to have like 5-6 pictures at least for every blog post. And in each of them, since they are related to the subject, you would have this one say something like an old person that needs medical massage for their back and hip pain, something like that. It really helps communicate to the search engine, and it shows a consistency in the content on the page. And I'll definitely have an FAQ section that is highly related. It only focuses on the subject you're trying to cover here. So, and any possible questions people would have, that they're going to come to the page, look at the table of contents, they'll skim through it, and they'll go to an FAQ page, and rather the FAQ section, and they can find quick answers to anything they are looking for. There's just a lot of inconsistency here. This, like this heading is different from this. The size is different. This one looks like a more bold font. And then down here you have a click here that just says click here. I think it's an ad for this thing. It's just, there's a better way to lay it out to make it visually appealing. The page is too wide, the font size inconsistency, the spacing, no comments. What do I mean by that? What else did I note? Yeah, you're using the same banner image in the body, and the same image is the banner, it's also in the body. So we need to change that as well. There are very many pictures we can find on websites like Unsplash and Pexelize. The image has no alt attributes. And also the file name for this image, when I right click and go to this, it's called hip pain blog. I think we need to name it better. We can just give it the name of medical massage therapy for back pain.jpg, since that's what you're trying to rank for. Now there's no table of contents, there's no introduction, there's no FAQ. We need more words. In terms of all our blogs, I think those are the changes that you should make. Then finally, let's finish with your GMB page, the pièce de résistance. What did I note here? Yeah, as I said, why we need to have a service page. You can see here, like a dedicated service page. You can see here that in services it redirects to this, to the price list. While there's nothing particularly wrong with that, I would rather it redirects to a dedicated service page that is long and detailed and talks about the different services we offer. And then people can go to those individual pages if they want to learn more about that service or check out. Those are the on-page optimizations I would make to make this website stand out. The user interface, making sure we only have one heading tag, one H1 tag on every page, increasing the word count, and just making it flow and look better. Other than that, you guys are doing an amazing job. I love your story. I love how you guys came together to make this dream become a reality, and your clients love you even more. From what I see here, you guys are doing an incredible job and changing people's lives. So keep doing what you're doing, and have a lovely rest of your day. Bye bye.